Welcome back to Riding Bikes in San Diego. Though we are not in San Diego on this particular ride, we are in the area of Palm Desert. I think that the town we're actually in is Indian Wells for this ride. We are riding along State Route 111, and it's just as wild of a strode as can be made. It's a highway, pretty much, that's been developed around it. So we started off at right about Indian Wells Lane. Sometimes my job takes me out to this area. I do work here, and I love doing the work I'm doing. It's really nice to get out of San Diego sometimes and see what biking conditions are like. I don't like riding on the sidewalk, and I'm riding on the sidewalk right now. Although, I don't know, there's a bike lane painted on the shoulder of this road on both sides, but it gets pretty consistently interrupted with turning lanes for cars. There are no barriers, there's very little signage. Um, I didn't know what to do. All I knew was that I wanted to get out and go for a ride. And as you can see, it's about 6:30 in the morning on this ride, and it is damn near 80 degrees already. So, on the one hand, it's very inhospitable for a good portion of the year here to be outside. On the other hand, I feel like this is a place where people do want to engage in recreation. They at least want to get places, and we're actually going to take this road today to the supermarket that's in the area, just because it happens to be a reasonable point. And when I travel, I like to know where the markets are, so that if I need to pick something up, I can do that. It's it's a little wacky doing this, and actually I felt a little funny being on here because I was like, it's a sidewalk. I really shouldn't be riding on the sidewalk, but I think coming up, somebody's driving a cart on it. I think that some of the landscape workers and people who do maintenance around here use this path specifically for golf carts, which I find a little funny. But the main takeaway that I'm having as I'm riding on this is that this is an area that is very much built for driving. We're talking about very long stretches between things that people need. Yeah, there's a golf cart. Was riding on the path, but then moved over to the grass for me. Very long stretches between the kinds of services and goods that people rely on, and just big blocks of housing developments without having a lot of businesses close to them. This feels like the opposite of a 15-minute city in some ways, and that's the construction that's here. And it makes sense. I mean, this whole area, I think, was designed um, during very car-centric mentalities, and it just persists with that design. Um, and like I said, it's environmentally a little inhospitable. So we're not necessarily saying that people want to walk outside when it's over 100 degrees, but I also think that the place could be designed to actually take those temperatures into account and make things more accessible for folks, just so that they don't have to get in their car and travel on a road that is 7 or 8 lanes. Um, you know, I didn't cross this road on purpose. It's very intentional that I'm staying on this side. It just didn't seem worth it. It didn't seem worth it to ride on a sidewalk on that side of the street when I could just ride on this side of the street. All in all, though, I don't want to just complain. It is peaceful. Beautiful scenery out here, too. Just this is nestled in a bunch of mountains, so you get this scenery, especially to the west and to the south. And it's not absolutely horrible, but I'm also just exploring. I know some people are out here and they ride much more hardcore recreationally. They're doing much more sport. They got their kit and their serious road bikes. I'm not riding a serious road bike. I'm riding, actually, just for the people who like to watch this channel and hear a little bit about bikes, I'm riding a bike called a Montague Boston 8, which happens to be a full-size folding bike, 700 wheels, I keep a 28 on the front and a 32 on the rear, and it folds in half in a way that makes it easy to get into a car. And I had to drive out here. I would have loved to have taken transit, but it would have taken like 8 hours or something like that from where I live in San Diego. It's a good bike to work with, and actually after going on this trip, I threw this bike up for sale the other day. If anybody's into it, maybe I'll put a link in the description below, especially if you're in the neighborhood. It's a great bike, but I also have a Brompton, and I don't feel like I need a full-size folding bike as well as a Brompton, and it helps to make a little room in that garage. So this is the condition. If I were actually going to the market to shop for, say, if I lived here and I wanted to do a weekly shop, um, these are the conditions. Very calm and not so bad, but I do wonder if this could be improved. I wonder how you improve places like this without like doing a crazy amount of demolition and just kind of starting over. But this whole area is very much designed with like this is where people are going to live, and then they will go to this area and do their shopping and commerce. And a lot of places are like this. I mean, I feel like if you live in the suburbs of Phoenix, you're under the same conditions. But this is not. This is a very suburban design, not what I would call urban design. But sometimes I think it's nice to bring us outside of San Diego and take a look at conditions. And I'll have another video from this area tomorrow or the next day, and we'll go from there. I can avoid the stop sign by just riding through the parking lot a little bit. So I'm going to head towards that market there in front of me, and even though it is super hot outside, I'm still going to think about how we can all drive less and ride a bike. Thanks.